Hi guys, it's Zozica coming at you today. I decided that I'm gonna do vlog style cooking again because a lot of people on my Snapchat always tell me that they like to see my cooking, so I'm just gonna cook for y'all, maybe complain about stuff, let you know how my day is going. Alright, so come with me. Alright, so contrary to popular belief, I never know what I'm going to cook before I cook it. There's like usually never a plan, so we're just going to go into my fridge back there and see what I have to eat. I have an idea of what's in there, but I don't know what I'm going to put together. I might end up meal prepping for school. Who knows? My life is a mess. Oh, so cute. Look at that little girl. Anyway. So, what's in this fridge? There's meat. Do not keep your meat like this because it's getting all burnt up and stuff. So we're gonna eat that. And there's beans. There's also a dried out mango. Not gonna eat that. Oh, maybe this. I don't know, but let's start with meat. Hi buds. So we're set up to start my cooking show. Alright, so I know y'all love to watch me cook on my Snapchat, so here we go. Now, the first thing you want to do is get rid of this thing. Now, if I was, not poor or something, I would be like, oh, it's not good, I have to get rid of it. But as you'll see in a second, you just have to remove the top part and everything else is fine underneath. So it's just like dried out or dehydrated meat. So you could just think of it as beef jerky. Just jerky it up. But usually when you keep your meat in the fridge, cover it up. You don't want to get sick or anything like that. So I'm just going to cut off all the dry pieces. And now it's looking ready. I don't like the look of that piece either, but I mean, everything else is fine. It's a good piece of meat, okay? Oh, and make sure, number one, you wash your hands. Nasty ass ain't washing their hands. Wash your hands. You want the E. coli? I think you want the E. coli. So, this is my skillet. Why is it yellow? Hang on. Okay, pardon the yellow coloring. This is my skillet. I just used it last night, so that's why there's that in it. And yeah, I probably should wash it. You gonna come and wash it for me? I'll wait, but let me know in the comments below if you always wash your pots every single time. Every single time? Let me know. I mean, I'll be impressed. I'll mention it in my next video if you wash it every single time. But I don't. Not if I know I'm going to use it the next day, or not if I'm cooking for other people or whatever. If I'm cooking for myself, I know what's in there. I literally cooked mincemeat in there last night. I'm going to cook mincemeat in there again tonight. So shut your face. No, don't shut your face. Tell me in the comments. I want to hear about it. Got distracted. So what you want to do is preheat the pot, wait until it's hot, then put your meat in there. So the next thing we want to do is cook the quinoa, or as I like to call it, quinoa. It's going to be so good. How do we do that, you might ask? Come with me, I'll show you. Quinoa is very simple to cook. What you want to do is pour water in the pot, like so, and then add quinoa. Oh wait, maybe you don't want to do it like that. I changed my mind. This is a show about precision and really how to cook. So I'm going to set up the camera and show you the anal retentive way of making quinoa. Alright? Alright. So, the first thing you need is a pot, right? The next thing you need is a measuring cup. This measures 1 cup of substance. If you don't know that, go watch my other video that I explain and I demonstrate that it is actually 1 cup of substance. Now, what you want to do is fill this cup with quinoa, like so, and pour it in the pot. And then I usually cook 1.5 cups for myself. Okay? And then you put twice the amount of water. So let's do some math today. How much is 2 times 1.5? You don't know? It's 3. So you put 3 cups. Of water. That's it. That's all you do. And then you mix it, preferably with a spoon. I'm using a spatula because that's what's closest. And then you set it to boil. You start cooking the damn same thing. So here you go. You grab your quinoa. You put it on the stove, and you turn the stove to maximum, so it starts to boil up. In the meantime, we've been heating this oil, and it's pretty heated. So we're gonna take the meat and we're gonna add it to the pot. I'm just gonna use my hands because they're clean, and it's better than using the spatula in my opinion. I'm not really afraid of burning myself, so I don't really care right now. But yeah, so it's going. So the meat's on medium and the quinoa is on maximum, and my stove is on let's smoke because she don't clean things. So you might ask yourself, well, what do you do with the leftover pieces of meat? Isn't it gonna stink up your house? Yeah, if you put it in the garbage, your house is gonna smell like dying things within like a day and a half. So what you wanna do is take this, wrap it in a plastic bag, put it in the freezer, and then throw it out on the garbage day. Don't forget it. So one thing you have to remember is when you put the meat that's right there on the stove, you have to cover it or else it's not going to cook. Now, why am I filming so far away? Well, my phone is dying. So I'm very happy about that in the middle or the beginning of my tutorial. So just make sure you wash your meat, cover it with a pot cover, and wash your quinoa so it doesn't overflow. And I'm going to charge my phone and see if I can't finish this tutorial. Okay, so your quinoa is starting to boil. So before it, because you know it'll boil over, right? But before it boils over, you give it a little mix. It's still gonna boil over, so you turn it down to medium. So you mix. Now, if it's about to boil over and you turned it down to medium and it's still not going down, you blow on it. And as you can see, when you blow on it, it gets rid of all of the suds and all of the threat of it boiling over. Now it's on medium and it's pretty much stabilized. Let's check the meat. Okay, that ain't ready yet. But as you can see, it's on medium, so that's what you want. That's how you want it to look. If it looks like this, it won't boil over, and you don't need to keep mixing it. You just needed to mix it to get rid of the suds. You blow on it and c'est tout. So, slight angle change because the phone is plugged in and the wire's not long enough. Sorry about that. Yeah, Canadians say sorry about that. I'm just trying to find the right knife to cut my plantain. So we're gonna cut the plantain while the meat is cooking and the quinoa is boiling. So I just cut off the tip and keep the top there. Then you slice down the sides like so. This is just my technique. If you have another technique for cutting plantain, okay, but this is my technique. So then you peel off the skin like this. And yeah, make sure you get all the skin. And then you cut it. Alright, so that's done. And there are your pieces of plantain. We're gonna cook that last because it cooks super quickly. But plantain is quite good, quite sweet. If you don't know what plantain is, you gotta try it. It's quite delicious. Alright, so what we're gonna do here is take a look at this food. Now, it seems like a weird color to me. I hope it's like normal color for you guys, but I just want to show you. The meat, now the top part and the bottom part's cooked, and this quinoa is almost ready. So as you can see, the quinoa looks like there's little air vents, okay? When you don't see any water floating on top and you only see the air vents, that's when you put your stove on minimum, okay? Then you mix the quinoa, because there is a little bit of water left over, but you just mix it so that you make sure it's not sticking to the bottom of the pot, okay? And then you cover it. And I don't have a cover, so. Oh, God. Hang on. Okay, I got the cover, so you cover it. Next, what you want to do is break up your meat to make sure that the inside is being cooked as well. Because sometimes when you break it up, you'll actually see pink in the middle, and pink is the color of raw meat, if you didn't know. Yeah, it is. Oh my god, I feel like such a fool. Okay, so this is the real color. Oh my god. Okay, so this is the real color of the meat. Okay, and not even, like, it looks kind of gray now. But anyways, you guys know what mincemeat look like. You just don't want to see any pink in it. It's as simple as that. And this is the quinoa, and that's what it looks like. So you want to keep it covered. The meat is still on medium. Now it's time to spice it, okay? So what, pray tell, are we going to spice this meat with? Let's find out together with my array of spices. Alright, so what do we have here? We have pad thai, Korean barbecue, onion and whiskey barbecue. I think I'm gonna finish the pad thai. What do you think? I liked pad thai, and I'm planning on making something kind of Asian-y, so we'll just use both. So these are the VH sauces. They're very popular in Canada. I don't know. Can you tell me if these sauces are popular where you come from? I'm in Quebec right now, and these are very well known here. Do you want to tell me in the description box below if you've actually ever seen these VH brand sauces? They have a million different kinds of sauces, but I just want to know if it's as popular as it is here. And there's a lot of liquid in here. I'm actually going to pour off the liquid. This is an advanced cooking movement. Do not try this at home if you're not used to doing this. Some of the grease from the meat and all that stuff. Some of the water, because they inject salt water into some meats, and some of the natural moisture from the meat is in there as well. I'm just gonna put a little bit more of the bulgogi sauce. And tell me, do you like this handheld style of filming? Because I don't know if I'm a fan yet, and I'll only continue if my people like my handheld cooking style. But if you don't and you prefer the tripod, then, you know, just let me know. Alright, so now that it's in there and it's pretty equal amount, I'm going to try to let it cook first so I could see if I need to add more sauces. And you could add what you want. Add your salt, add your pepper. I like to put cayenne pepper on everything, so I'm probably going to put some in here. And just make it taste however you want it to taste. So, I just remembered that I have this wonderfully huge green pepper in my fridge. And so I think I should cut it up because it's been in there for like a week or so, and I don't want it to go bad, so I'm gonna use this too. See, like that's how I cook. I'm like, oh yeah, I have that, I should eat it before it goes bad. So we're gonna cut it up and see what we do with this too. How do you put this in the recipe? And don't tell me about stuffed peppers. Don't tell me about that joke of a recipe. I'm gonna show you my recipe, stuffed peppers. Take a pepper, cut it, and then stuff it with stuff. And then when you eat it, you make a mess because it's really impractical to eat things out of a pepper. Use the same knife that I used for the other vegetables, and I'm just gonna, I guess, ew, it's like pink inside. What's wrong with it? Ugh, gross. Creepy motherfucker. Have you ever seen pink inside? I almost don't want to eat it now. I mean, it was already freakishly big, and now it's like freakishly pink in there. Do you see this? Pink. Gross. I'm not about that life. I guess maybe I am. But anyways, here are the pieces. So, what the heck? I feel like I'm wasting a lot of this thing. But it's pink and creepy, so I don't even want to... Okay, that's enough. Alright, could throw the rest out? Is that wasting? No? Yeah. Ah! Don't touch my other pieces, nasty pink piece. Ugh. We're back. So, the meat is coming along quite nicely. It's getting caramelized at the bottom, as you can see. I don't know if you can see. And I added a little bit more sauce, but if you really take a good look, I hope I'm not sacrificing my thing. It's not, you know, it's not burning or anything like that. It's just becoming caramelized on the inside. And so you want to mix before it starts to really stick. But I gotta say, it's looking quite delicious at this point, and it smells awesome. Let's check this guy here. Oh, okay. So this looks ready. See, there's no excess water at the bottom. I don't know. Yeah, at the bottom there's no excess water, and your quinoa pieces are fully absorbed and flaked and opened, and I don't know what I'm saying, but look at it. That's what it looks like. It's ready. So since the quinoa is ready and this is almost ready, and I said to cook the plantain last, we're going to cook the plantain. So, oh no, what happened here? Shoot, that must have happened yesterday. I didn't even notice. Okay, whatever. So, turn it on the stove. You want to cook plantain maximum on medium. I cook it on 4 because plantain is the word precarious. It cooks very quickly. I'm just gonna take this guy and bring it over here. I have so much space. And then get my oils. And you just use your standard cooking oil, not olive oil. And you heat it up. That's how I check when something's hot. Don't put your hand in it. If you're a child watching this, just put your hand over it and you'll feel the heat radiate off of it, okay? Also, when oil is cold, it moves like this when it's cold in the pan, and I'll show you how it moves when it's ready in the pan. Oh yeah, no, it's pretty much ready at this point. I'm gonna get in really close. It's been like 2 minutes, and as you can see, the oil, this is the same oil as before, but it's warmer, and it has a more of a liquid consistency. Now, what you want to do, take your plantain, drop it in the oil. Don't touch the oil with your fingers because it's hot. If you need help from an adult, go get an adult. If you're an adult and you still need help, go get help. But that's basically, you want to put it directly in the oil and watch it go. I added more sauce because I'm a sauce fiend. What can I say? I really like these sauces. I don't know if you understood that, but that's what I like. Alright, so I'll just show you how quickly plantain cooks. We're on 4, and I literally just put them in, mixed that, came back, talked a little bit, and I'm going to flip these. The easiest way to flip these, I'm telling you from experience, get a fork. Don't use a spatula or anything. Look, it's already like half cooked. Like it's already there. It's been like a few seconds. So that's why you don't want to cook on max, because you end up burning your plantain in like 2 seconds. Okay, so you see, and you want your other side to look like that, so it'll take an equal amount of time, and then your plantain's cooked. Hi, so the plantain's ready, the meat's ready, the quinoa's ready. I'm ready to put it all together for you. Are you ready? Alright, so I actually want to make some sushi. My friend at school inspired me to do it. So I take a piece of cucumber, and I slice it long ways because it's gonna go in a sushi wrap. Next, I have my red peppers. It says poivron rouge. Means red peppers in French. Then you want to take your sushi, seaweed. Then you want to take one sheet of seaweed, and you want to put the rough part facing up. I don't know if I'm doing it the right way, but I'm going to. And so me, instead of using rice, I use quinoa, because rice is empty carbs. Oh, I forgot to put the vinegar. Oh well, whatever. I see, I wasn't planning on making sushi, so I forgot to put the rice vinegar in the quinoa, but whatever, doesn't matter. And instead of using my hands, I just use the spatula and I spread the quinoa evenly across the surface of the seaweed, leaving a little space at the top, because you need that space to be able to close it up. So you just spread it. Try not to tear the seaweed while you're doing it. It's a very fragile thing to do. Usually they say like to spread it with your hands, but I found the spatula works even better than my hands, because you have to kind of wet your hands, and there's this whole technique that they use, and I'm not hating on their technique, but I'm like, damn man, that technique has not been innovated for hundreds of years. I'm all about efficiency, honey, so I'm not trying to be doing your 100-year-old technique that's gonna take me 2 days. So now I'm gonna put my veggies, and you only put it at the top here. You don't put it here, and you don't put it in the middle. You put it like closer to the top. That's all I want in my sushi. So now I'm gonna roll. I mean, you could use the sushi roller plate thingy, but I don't usually use the sushi roller and I'm okay. So we'll see. The whole trick is like not to go too tight but not to go too loose. And then you just go with the sushi and how it wants to roll. Then when you're at the top, you wet the top with your fingers. That should be enough. You just wet here and then you roll. And I don't press, I just let the roll fall on it and I leave it there for a few seconds and then it should be closed. So I got my saran wrap. My lunch is made. Boom. And what I like to do to make it easier to eat in class is just cut it. So this is the final results, guys. These are my meal prep jars. You might have seen them in another movie of mine, another video. If you haven't, you really should go look at it because it's a really good meal prep for a healthy meal. But I also use these jars for lunch. So I just pour a certain portion of quinoa into the jar and I'm gonna put a piece of green pepper into the jar like so. And then I'm gonna put one plantain each. One, motherfucker. Okay, one each. And I'm gonna put meat. Lunches for the week. Boom. Tip. I don't know when the word tip became so nasty to me, but now it's just, I can't. Don't cut on the stove. So there you go. Those are the other ones. Ooh, they look so good. I'm excited. I'm so proud of myself right now. It's crazy. Last but not least, what am I gonna eat for dinner? much it, guys. So, oops, sorry. That's pretty much it. The finale of lunch and supper, basically. I hope you guys enjoyed this little demonstration of my madness. But I wanted to cook food because I did not want to buy anything. I don't have any money to be eating at Tim Hortons, and Tim Hortons is not very healthy. So I know the V8 sauces are not necessarily healthy either, but they're healthier than what they're giving you at Tim Hortons, donuts and stuff like that. Alright? So, thanks for watching, you guys. Bye! This literally took like 40 seconds for me to eat this food. It just took way too long. And this is not, unfortunately, alcohol. It is water. And you know the alcohol that I wanted to drink with it? It is empty. So it's that kind of a day. Fuck! I wonder who's gonna clean this up. Not I, said the cat.